In this video, we'll go over how to adjust column and row sizes using IronPython. We'll create an example cross-table visualization with a user interface to help filter our data in a few different ways. The data used in this video will be our production daily table. The instructions on how to set this data up are linked below in this video's description. Let's start by adding our cross-table to the screen. Select the cross-table option from the Visualization tab on the left. We'll rename the title to Example Cross-Table. Set the vertical axis to Well Name. Set the horizontal axes to Date. We'll set the cell values to Oil Sum and rename the label to Oil BBL. For our cell value, be sure to open the formatting options and make a couple adjustments. We'll set the value to 0 decimals and check the thousandth separator box. Let's adjust the horizontal axis values of the dates like this. We can save some space by having the dates vertical in our columns. We can adjust the top row to fit our date values. When done, resize the columns to fit. Let's create a text area to use as an interface. In the Visualizations menu, select the Text Area option. Adjust the text area to be on the left of our table and resize it down. We'll change the text area's title by double-clicking it. Let's use Settings. Right-click and click Edit Text Area. We can adjust this window by dragging its corners to make it easier to use. Now that we adjusted the window size to our likings, enter the label Data Filter. Using the Add Filter button, let's create a filter from our Production Daily table. Select the Date column and click OK. Once finished, we can close this menu and right-click the control to format it. Let's adjust the size of the control to be 150 pixels wide, then click OK. We can now save and close our text area editor. Let's adjust our filter to display a 1-week range. If we need to look at a specific date range, this slider is a great tool. You can click the icons on the left or right to select the start or end date of your time range. Let's go ahead and reset our filters. In the top right, click the filter icon, then the reset icon. We're going to adjust our settings window, so right-click and edit the text area. Remove the date filter label in the date filter object. We'll add a new label for today, then click the Add Calculated Value button. Navigate to the Value tab, then right-click the value selector and pick Custom Expression. Type in this expression to calculate today's date and click OK. Let's change the color for this value. Click the Add Rule button, select the color you want to use, then hit OK. Open the text area editor back up, then below today's date, type in a Time Ranges label and set the font to 18. Next, we'll add a drop-down property below. Instead of selecting specific dates, we'll use a few fixed options. Hit New and type in Filter Data Time Ranges for the property name. Set the property value through Expressions. In the settings area, we'll create our first entry by selecting the top row and hitting the Edit button. Copy the expression used here to show the previous 7 days from today. In the display name box, type in Last 7 days. When finished, hit OK and close. Be sure to save the text area edit before exiting. Let's update the chart to use our new filter. In the cross-table properties, go to the Data tab and scroll down. Click Edit on the Limit Data using Expression field. Search for the Filter data in the top middle properties and double-click it. Hit OK and close back to the report screen. You can see now that the table is using the selected filter in our time range drop-down box. Let's add some more options to choose from. Right-click our drop-down box and click Edit Control. Use the Add button to create more expressions. Let's start with a basic Show All Time option. Copy the expression and display name here. We'll use the Move Up button to put this above our previous Last 7 days option. For our next expression, we'll create a This Week option. Again, copy the expression and display name Scene. For this expression, the week starts on Sunday and ends on Saturday. Next, we'll create an expression to show the last 30 days from the current day. This expression will be to show results for the current month. Next, we'll show results from the previous month. We'll call this one Last Month. The next expression will be to show results for the year to date. Our final expression will be to show results from last year. If you're following along, feel free to pause to read the expressions we've been using more closely. This last display name will be last year. Click OK and close out of this menu. On our property, we'll now right-click and format the control. Let's set the width of the drop-down to be 175 pixels. When finished, close and save out of these menus. You can see now that the table updates based on the time range we select in our drop-down menu. Let's create a script for our drop-down control so that we don't have to adjust column widths manually. Right-click and edit our control. On our Filter Data Time Ranges property, click the Script button. Click the Execute Script Below option, then click Add. Select New Script. Copy the script used in the video into the script box. Name the script Adjust Cross Table Column Widths. Below, add a script parameter called myCrossTable. Set the type setting to visualization, and the value should be the example cross table. Click OK to save and close out of the menus. You can now test changing the drop-down menu to see the column widths adjusting automatically. Let's create another drop-down list to provide the user some additional options for cell values. We'll use the title Data to Show and set the font to 18 to match. Next, create a new drop-down list property to our text area. We'll call this property Data to Show. Set the property value through section to Fixed Values. Add in these three options to the display name and value fields: oil, water, and total fluid. Close out of these menus and save our changes made to the text area. In the Properties menu for the cross table, open the Axes tab and adjust the cell values using a custom expression. Copy the expression used here to display the selected data option from our new drop-down menu on our table. Once done, click OK to save our change. To format these new cell values, we'll select each one and format them the same way we formatted our oil values. Right-click the cell value selector, select Properties, then open the Formatting tab. Set as a number, select 0 decimals and enable the thousandths separator. We'll repeat this for the total fluid data as well. Once finished, you can see that Spotfire remembers these formatting options when swapping between them. The last thing we'll add to our table are some basic color rules. In the Table's Properties menu, open the Color tab. For each of the three data types, we'll create a color scheme grouping. Starting with oil, select the Segment option in the Color Mode menu. We'll configure our segments into 3 value ranges. Next, we'll set the value thresholds to numbers that make sense for our data. For oil, let's go with a green color theme for our table. Typically, we would use the darkest shading for the top-end values and lighter shades for lower values. Select the next data option in our drop-down menu, then use the Add button in our Colors menu to select Water. We follow the same steps as last time. Start by setting the color mode to segments, create 3 value ranges, then set the value thresholds to numbers that fit our data. For water, let's use a blue color theme. Again, we'll set the top of the range to a darker shade than the bottom values of our range. Repeating these steps once more, we'll select the last option, Total Fluid. Click the Add button and select Total Fluid. Select the segmented option in the color mode dropdown. Create our 3 value ranges. Then we'll go with a grayscale color theme here with a darker shade for the higher values. Set their values to numbers that fit our data. Once done, we can click through our data options to see our results.